On the sixth day of Christmas, my favorite author sent to me.
A book about fake dating, widows finding love, a second chance romance, a royal love story, a swoony cowboy, and an enemies to lovers romance.
Yay!
See? Got
She's so
it.
good. She's so good at it. Okay, why don't you tell us about your giveaway first for book about fake dating? That's day
Yep.
6.
So this one was really fun. I don't know if I've talked about it on a video or live before. I think I've just posted things about it in my group, but I have 43 books out. Actually, minted might be 44, something around there. And I have plotted every single one of them. So I sit down, it usually takes me a couple of hours. Sometimes it takes me a day or two. And I sit down and I plot out chapter by chapter exactly what's going to happen before I sit down and write. And this is the only one that literally, as I was writing the book before it, Nouveau Riche, I'm sitting there writing and I'm like, ooh, this book wasn't supposed to exist. And the side characters were like, we would like you to tell a story about us, and this is what will happen. Plunk. And I was like, whoa, what? That's weird. It doesn't fit the series. Brush it to the side. And again, they were like, no. And the one who was talking to me the most was actually Barbara. Barbara, unlike, or kind of like what Elena was saying yesterday, Barbara, you don't usually start romances with someone having something awful happen. And in this one, I do. I start the entire book minted with her realizing the moment that she realizes that her husband is cheating on her. So that moment because I don't know if you guys have been in a situation before where you realize something bad that exists in your life, but sometimes you had clues and you just didn't notice them. And then all of a sudden, in this moment of clarity, you're like, oh my gosh, this is what's going on. Holy crap. And that's what happens to Barbara in this scene. All these little things she'd been ignoring, she realizes, I'm an idiot. My husband's having an affair. And so that's how the book starts. So the impetus for this book, because as you guys probably already know, a book is conflict, right? It's problems. So the impetus for this story is that Barbara finds out from her boss that she has to go to like half a dozen holiday parties for work. She always has to go, but she's told that all of the department heads have to go. The department heads are her ex-husband, because we fast forwarded now, and they're divorced, and his new girlfriend, which is who he was cheating with. So now she has to go to all these holiday parties that last year she was married to this guy, and all the clients don't know anything about it. And she has to go and be like, oh, hi. And she's also gained a lot of weight. So she doesn't feel good about how she looks. She has to go to these holiday parties with her ex and his new hot, skinny girlfriend and feel like a loser. And she doesn't want to go. So when she goes to this family party, she sees this old friend who was too good for her in her mind before she gained a lot of weight. But he says, hey, I need help with something. And she says, I'll make you a deal. If you're my fake date for these holiday parties, I'll help you with this thing. Well, actually, she just says she'll help him. But then he says, well, I want to do something for you. And she says, well, if you
Wow,
insist, you could
I've
be my
got something.
holiday parties. Okay. And he's really good looking and he's a billionaire and they've been friends for 15 years. So this is a friends to lovers fake dating. And it's also he falls first because he very quickly realizes like, what is wrong with me? I haven't wanted to date her because I didn't want to ruin this friendship and have all these awkward interactions because for Bentley, every relationship he's ever had has gone wrong. So he's very nervous about dating someone that is in his friend circle. They're very important to him. So he's never really considered her. But after going on these dates with her, she's the only person he wants to go out with. But then he has to convince her that she isn't crap. And if you're a woman who's ever been through something, it's hard to do that sometimes because you feel like you are crap. So anyway, that's that one. And it's set at Christmas because it's a bunch of holiday parties. So anyway, that's minted. I just literally sat down, no plot, nothing, and just pounded that thing out. And it wasn't supposed to come out. And I just randomly made it my 10th book of the year and put that thing out a couple of weeks ago. So that one, I'm doing a giveaway.
She's doing a giveaway with that one. So make sure that if it sounds awesome, go grab it right now.
Yeah. And then you can get upgraded to a paperback or a different book.
Yep. Mine for today for fake dating is Just His Partner. This is an Elena Johnson title. It's a rom-com in my Southern Roots rom-com series. That whole series has fake dating, office romances. So this is at a law firm. It's a man named Jason, and he has a junior partner named Bree, and she's never liked him because he's a player. And he knows he's been a player. He's never been super serious. He likes just, having lots of different I mean, he wouldn't have more than one girlfriend at a time, but sort of just flitting around and not being really serious. Well, he's decided that now he's a full partner, that he wants to kind of settle down. And this is book 4 in the series, and he's seen his friends settle down and like find these life partners, their one true love. And he realizes that he really wants that. And he really likes Bree. And so they're working on a case together, and it goes really well because she's really smart and it makes him look really good. And his boss calls him up to the office, the owner of the law firm, and says something about it, and Jason has to just blurt out, well, that's because we're dating. But they're not dating. And so then he's frantically trying to get in touch with Bree to let her know this is
Okay,
happening
we're
because
dating.
she gets called up to the boss's office too to verify what he has said. And so he's like panicked. So I love fake dating books. I think they're so much fun. This one's a rom-com. There's some funny pets in it. Brie is the worst cook you've ever heard of. And I took this from a real life friend of mine I did a writing retreat with. She said she's the worst cook ever. And I said, well, give me some
Not
examples.
me.
It's not Bridget. And I said, give me some examples. And she said, well, like I boiled some eggs and I put the eggs on to boil in like some water on the stove, right? And I forgot about them, went to the bookstore, went shopping, whatever, whatever. When I came back, they had exploded
I was
because
gonna say they exploded, didn't they?
all of the water had boiled out and it was still on, and the eggs had
Oh
exploded
God.
all over the wall. So I put that in this book because Brie is just a terrible, terrible cook. And so it's kind of funny, it's lighthearted, it's sweet, it's fake dating at a law firm. And I am not a lawyer, so I tried not to put in very many lawyerly things so you can still enjoy it. It's 99 cents for today and tomorrow, I think. And it's a KU book, so you can only get it on Amazon. Rush over there. It's only 99 cents for a couple of days.